Someone came. I thought all hope was lost. Everyone else is gone. Dead. Tortured by a madman named Calder Von. He wants the power of this island, that which belongs to Akara. If only he knew the truth. There is no time. You must go. Von has brought with him Niskaru. They will wipe Cape Solace off the beach and kill anyone found there. Go.
How could he do this? Hello?
Once again, a threat to Gallows End has been defeated. I wish I could say it was the first such attack. But perhaps a new season has begun. One where we must fend for ourselves and not fall back on the promises of a faceless god. I don't know who you are, stranger, but your presence here has shaken us. We will survive, but it will take time. I will be here, always.
I appreciate your help. Nothing matters to me more than the memory of my mother. I'll be here.
Justice will be done.
You found it. I knew you would. Now listen to me. Hear my confession. What I did was wrong. I have found peace with my fate. They will execute me when the time is right, and I will not protest. But I want you to remember that I was more than my misjudgments. I was a good son, a good sailor. I was only human. Now that I've fulfilled my mission, what else is there? Gallows End raised me, and the island will see me to sleep. Once, a long time ago, I wanted to live. But the moment I swore to avenge my mother, I surrendered what little hope I had left. But is that right? After everything I've done, the plotting, the lies, the murder, do I deserve another second chance? Yes. It is what Mother would want. She couldn't bear to see my plummet from the cliffs for something I did in her name. No! You must get the key to this cage. Amalur carries it. He strolls along the beach every night after dark. He walks alone. Let's do it.
Perhaps you think I am a fool, that I place my people's lives in danger. No one thinks I am a bigger fool than I do. Then this is goodbye.
That man is Tari.
Are we safe? Greetings.
Can you believe it? That's Tari.
You've returned.
It's all over.
How could he do this? done, my liege. Be sure to have a good look around. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Ollie Madsen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your master-at-arms. You should speak to him in the armory. Your keep is one step closer to its former glory. With the armory and a qualified master-at-arms, no invader will ever threaten our peace. This place! It never ceases to surprise me! With it all cleaned up, I was able to spot the entrance to a collapsed tunnel leading from the keep. Once I'd laid eyes on it, I knew I'd seen it in my dream. I'll need some materials, though. 3 bundles of beach stone, 2 bundles of bear hide, and 3 bundles of sea steel. I wasn't sure if it would be worthwhile to dig out the tunnel leading from the keep across the island. But now that I've had a chance to investigate the site, I think these passages should be our highest priority. In the dream, this tunnel was a direct passage to shipwreck sites all over the island, places it'd take days to travel on foot, if you survived the trip at all. The Diverger collapsed the tunnel when they sealed the keep and abandoned the island. If these tunnels are as I've seen them in my dream, they'll provide a fast and stealthy route to the furthest reaches of this island. With these as our pathways, every wreck will be salvaged and every castaway will be rescued. Bear hide shouldn't be too hard to come by. The Diverger love to keep crates of it in their fastings. I marked some locations on your map where you're likely to find the other crates as well. Good luck! The most difficult task will be clearing the rubble, but we'll still need materials to restore the tunnel supports. Goodbye.
Yes, my friend.
have spent much of the last 20 years plotting to bring about the downfall of the Zion. 20 years wasted. Thank you for giving me more chances than I deserve. May we one day meet again. Goodbye.
Yeah?
That was terrible. Hi there.
Be well.
Nice to see you. be worried. Honestly, why do you act like that, throwing yourself headlong into dangerous situations? No more. Do you hear me? If you and I are going to woo, and woo with vigour, you're going to be more considerate of my needs. And there are many. Like sex. I mean sex. To show that you're my consort, you should take this. It's a sword. It was my mother's. She was a terrible person. Not as immortal as everyone supposed, was he? At least I had a hand in his defeat. As my mother always said, if you can't be the best at something, find the best, grab onto them, and never let them go. Bye then.
Hello.
Akara gone, eh? Always a pleasure.
I've been wondering when you'd return. Everything all right? That I can do.
She's a fine vessel, is she not? Like a gull will fly. Captain, trader, and a friend of the Warsworn at your service. You'll find no taverns with warm fires or feather beds on that rock. Stones and bones and rot is all. The Stalwart, she's called. A worthy vessel. Some years back, I caught the eye of a pirate lord named Derrys. Nearly burned, murdered, and thieved me out of business. I called on the Warsworn, and it took but 3 of them to hunt down Derrys, recover my cargo, and save my hide. Whenever you wish it, friends, you need but give the word. Fine and good. Return when you're set for the voyage. The ship's fitted and provisioned. There's a fair wind, and the high seas beckon. As I said, whenever you give the word, then climb aboard. The seas may be rough, but you and your comrade need not fear. You're in able hands.
Look, that's the fortress over there. I wonder what will we find? And what Beeson has already found. So much majesty, though now in ruins. Imagine what it must have been when all of this was glorious and new. I fear that he's already come and gone, and we still don't know what he wanted here. We must find our way into the fortress. I'm certain that's where they'll be. So this is it. Eamon's Isle. Imagine, Kerwin, fair and mighty, stood there and gazed out on the ocean. More Forlongi. I think they've seen us. Why did Beeson come here, I wonder? What was he after? My mother was here, long ago. She saw many ancient places in her time. First the ancient vault and now here. But what do they hope to find? There are no relics here, only lost knowledge. Maybe knowledge more powerful than any relic. We should be close to the chapel now. Look, the chapel of the... Look out! That mural. I need a closer look. If I'm not mistaken... This is it. All Beeson's plans, written here in our own recorded history. The mural tells of the mage Farlong, who sought to make himself a king of Niskaru, and how Aegon thwarted him. Beeson thinks he will succeed where Farlong failed. And he just might. Because he could not learn what he needed to know anywhere else. Everything he needs is written here, down to the last detail. Beeson's minions call themselves Farlongir. As Beeson does now, the mage Farlong gathered cursed artifacts and used them to raise a host of lesser Niskaru. Do you see? Beeson follows Farlong's path at every step. I think we must. Farlong tried to free a Niskaru lord from its mountain prison. With such power behind him, he would have been unstoppable. As Beeson seeks to mimic Farlong, so we must match Eamon and stop him. A chaotic being of immense power. If it were loosed upon the world... But it must not. It mustn't. Yes, he did. The Mystic Hammer, forged by Eamon for the hands of his son Aegon. It alone could halt Farlong's spell and restore the Niskaru Lord to his prison. I know of it, but not its location. But Delphric may be able to help with that. Return to Shieldring Keep. I will travel to Ironfast Keep in Detir and learn all I can. Meet me there. It seems he was a prince whose father squandered and lost his kingdom. He was raised, hunted, and a beggar. Then he found the Niskaru Lord Kamazandu in its mountain prison. It whispered to him, said it could help him win back his birthright. That's how it began. In truth, it's as much library as chapel, a place of memory. My mother, she described it so vividly. We didn't find him here, but we did, I think, find something he doesn't want us to know. Pray Mitharu we did not learn it too late. The Mystic Hammer is among the few ancient relics named in our records. I am sure. Go to Shieldring Keep, where ancient Delphric can help you find it. I will be at Ironfast, learning what I can. When you have the hammer, find me there.
There you are. Is it time to return? There was no place safe for landing but here, I'm afraid. And that's a certain thing then, is it? I think we'll not see this scrap of shore again once we go. As you like, War.
Beeson will not wait for us. We must move.
We'll set sail as soon as you're ready. And that's a certain thing then, is it? Off we go then.
Don't miss the seafoam tap.
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alfar Lord, Anru Beeson. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbakant, or he was, until he proposed using Niskaro in the war. He was laughed off the council, and then vanished, taking some of Rathier's most powerful mages with him. What we are, what we once were, does nothing lie still in this world? We have our honor and our swords. Let us cling to that. The names of those who sit on Rathier's ruling council are beyond secret. However, some old and substantial debts were owed me. Trapped within a mountain? Can we be certain this isn't merely an old legend? But can we afford to take the chance? Sir Beeson somehow learned of this forgotten story and the mural depicting it on Eamon's Isle. Devious. Very devious. Beeson was among the powerful of Rathier before the power of Niskaru turned his head. If anyone can complete Farlong's work, it is Beeson. Yes, I see. It should be in Aegon's tomb. A last pledge shield none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places. But this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the First Sworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor. Now, the tomb lies just south of Ulcerund. It opens only with this key. Proceed to Ironfast once you have the hammer. It is a curious fact. For her father, Aegon, Cerwyn built a grave fit for a king, while both she and Aemon, her father's father, vanished into the east and were lost to us. So many mysteries surround the founder of our order. Where he learned the secrets of forging and fighting, how he originally came to the Phalanx, where he went alone in his last days, traveling east beyond Cluracon's eastern mountains. Ordinarily, the rank is reserved for proven veterans of the field. There is also usually a ceremony, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. She died by treachery in Cluracon long ago. Cursed rings turned her comrades against her, and with her death, it is said, the age of the First Sworn came to an end. In a narrow pass just south of Ulcerund, into Tyr, the key I gave you unlocks its doors and many of our other monuments and historical places. Once you have the hammer, proceed to meet Gwyn Anway at Ironfast Keep in Menethir. And by the First Sworn, may you know
Shield sister.
Dust.
Some scars. That's the iron fast way. Oathblade.
Now who's this? I've grown so used to the same few drifters coming in for supplies and the contract board. A fresh face is a welcome thing. It's right beside me. The work's open to any and all. When a contract's done, they come to me for their pay. When there are open jobs, and there's good proof they've been done, then yes, I do. I'm the curate of this keep. If you've a contract to turn in, bring it to me. The quartermaster to our keep, she stocks all we need to get by out here. We're proud to stand where we do, here among the wilds. First keep and last bastion, the Castellan likes to say. That's Oda. She's a good sort. though not a woman of words. Anything you need's found in the smithy. You've got Heki for most things and Gavroche for blacksmithing. I'll be honest, he's not much of a blacksmith, but he's all we've got at the moment. Poor little lad. Other keeps get their work here and there, high and low. As for us, ever since Odessa was built, we've had one solemn task. Watch the Jotun. Hold them back, hold them south and west of Gnomish lands. Sworn to war.
Shield sister.
My poor old master had but one dying wish, that his prize blade, the one on the wall, be mended. Some days I dream that I'll do it myself. Then I remember, I'm a poor untrained apprentice who can barely forge a soup spoon. Master Braskin took me in, being an orphan and found by the war swan and all. He let me live here, began to train me in the craft. Well, don't expect anything remarkable, or even decent. Show me what's broken, and I'll see what I can do. Which isn't much. Dinwell's his name. Word has it he grew bitter of all mortal kind at the start of the war. But I wouldn't know. I've never talked to him. Master Braskin, yes. I'd endure every drunken lashing I knew if it meant I could learn blacksmithing right and proper. Been good to me since the day they found me, tucked in among stolen sacks of grain. Why, that's Haldabeer's blade. It's famous, from the Fey Wars. My old master always said he'd fix it right again. Might have, if he'd lived. Now it just hangs on the wall, taunting me, reminding me of all I'm not. In battle, oh, it's a wondrous tale of how Haldabeer slew his foe. I'd tell, but I don't think I could do it justice. Not by an ordinary smith, true, but there's one living who can. Only, he'd rather eat nettles and stare at the sky than raise hammer to anvil. You can find the hermit smith yourself, up in the Minotaur Heights. Only, I warn you, he won't speak to anyone. A hero's sword. Like its owner, it fought and died in glory on the battlefield. Just as I'll die miserably behind this forge. Really? You have? Don't think you could talk him into mending that blade on the wall, do you? If he would mend that blade, I'd be delirious. Were he to stay here and finish my training, but I don't dare to dream so much at once.
Have we here?
You have the remains of the hammer. It is... I should have expected this. It was forged in the Hall of the First Sworn. It must, I think, be reforged there. The hall is not far, only... I don't know what to do when we get there. The hall lies south through the canyons. Meet me there. You saw Baelor in the siege. Baelor, a greater Niskaru, is like a small child before a Niskaru lord. This one is Karmazandu, the deceitful one. It's thought the Arathi themselves imprisoned it in the mountain after it proved too clever to kill. We need it restored if we hope to defeat Beeson, and for that, I'm afraid, we must journey to the Hall of the First Sworn. I haven't been here since I was young. It is as full of old books and dusty scrolls as I remember. Legend tells it is there that Eamon was transformed from a prince to the first of the Warsworn. It became a meeting place of sorts in the time of the First Sworn. Not all our wisdom was left to gather dust on Eamon's Isle. I have learned the location of the Niskaru Lord's mountain prison. But first, we must deal with that hammer. That means the Hall of the First Sworn. He has gone to free the Niskaru Lord. Pray we are not too far behind to stop him. Yes, Time is short. The Hall of the First Sworn is south and east through the canyons. Meet me there when you are ready.
Me, I'm rarely outside. Always things to be done about the keep. Oh, you want that contract, do you? Now you guard these ghastly things closely. Mind you, they're not suited for combat. They're for surgery and unnaturally sharp. Oh yes, well you'll need to collect the required number of spider stingers from spiders in Menethir. You won't have much trouble finding them. They're all over, which frankly is exactly the problem. Sworn to war.
Dust, dents and scars. That's the iron-fast way. Dust, dents and scars.
Greetings.
lessons, no precious pearls of wisdom. I've left that all behind. You have my thanks. Now go. Oh, what for? Can't imagine what old Braskin can't handle on his own. I still know him. I came to Menethir because of him, the only man in all Amalur I respect. What? He's dead? Then he never mended that sword, and that green apprentice is left alone, half-trained. Damn it all! I swore I'd never... But the blade and the apprentice... Apprentice and the blade! It won't do. I must go. Bring me a compound known as Master's Tallow from Hervar's Dorsil, and the sword is yours. I'll be at Ironfast waiting. He would visit me some nights, and we'd talk of stars and old ways and the blacksmith's craft. He alone never once asked me why I live apart. A rare wax of golden hue, with some remarkable properties regarding metal and flame. It will be needed to mend that sword. Hervar's Dorsil by name, just north of the river. A madwoman lived there some years ago. She had perfected the art of making Master's Tallow. She's gone, but I think you'll find some tallows remained. Be swift. Now that I've begun, I want to see this finished.
Fighters here, not toy soldiers.
First, he made the river in the arc of the great snake-tail. When that grew tedious, he turned his attention to the cliffs, the dunes, the depths.
The heat's as deadly as the juice.
You have the Master's tallow? Then let's begin. Lords of Iron and Fire, it's good to be back at the forge. Brace yourselves now.
The heat's as deadly as the Jotun and the spiders.
Behold, Haldabeer's blade, strong and whole. As you made this possible, I insist that you take it. A hero deserves a hero's sword. Now, if you're done gawking, I have a clumsy oaf of an apprentice to train. I swore I'd never take another student, but for you and Gavroche here, I'd make an exception. The boy's green as a new blade of grass, but he's got an eye and an arm. He'll learn yet. My work here won't keep me from it. I shall never tire of its open sky or those great red rocks.
We see few enough strangers in Ironfast.
The heights of Menetier.
Greetings.
I'm sorry for the way I left Ironfast. The last time I saw my mother was the day she set off for these ruins. She came here and never returned. I thought maybe... But we must be going. Records speak of a sacred passage that leads to the forge. It's said that the way from the sacred passage to the forge opened only for Eamon, and at its end, he learned the secrets of the First Sworn. It's also said to have closed and sealed the day that he died. I owe you an explanation, don't I? When I was young, my father touched the hilt of a chaos-cursed dagger. The magic within it disfigured and diseased him. My mother spent her life delving into war-sworn past in search of a cure. She searched everywhere, until she came here. Thank you for listening. They say he came to this place a prince, and left it sworn to war. How he entered the passage, what he learned there, none but he know. Yes, to reach the ancient forge, you must go through a sacred passage. Of course, I can't be certain. No one but Eamon himself has ever walked those halls. Lead on, Oathblade. Mother. Oh, there you are. All right, let's do this. There's no hope. We've come all this way. For what? You and I are not Eamon. How can we ever hope to pass through that? Yes, but it can't be done. Try for yourself. Ancient magic bars the way.
Only those foreseen may enter here. Fate bars this path, and none may alter fate. Approach, mortal. The hammer must be remade. The hammer. To the forge. You will know the way. The wisdom is within you.
How it shines. This is a weapon of legend. Held in Aegon's hands, it felled Niskaru by the score. But now we have our own legends to make. The Niskaru Lord Kamazondu is imprisoned in Cloudcrest Mountain, in the Hollowlands. As Beeson weaves his spell, something called the Niskaru Lord's Crown will emerge. Are you listening? It is not truly a crown, but emanations of the Niskaru Lord itself, as it emerges from the mountain. It cannot escape all at once, so if we can injure these first projections with the Mystic Hammer, we can close the door Beeson seeks to open. Cloudcrest Mountain looks over the southern Hollowlands, west of here. I will go to Ironfast Keep for reinforcements and meet you there. He plans to free a Niskaru Lord, and we hope to stop him. Mitharu help us. In the end, he but dreamed a nightmare. But Beeson might make the nightmare real. They both suffered and died because the knowledge and memory of our order was squandered and lost. I will not forget that. But I can be content that their deaths were not in vain either. An Iskaru Lord is an immense being of pure chaos. Hamazondu's nature is that of great cunning and persuasion. Be wary and believe nothing it says. The first emanations of the Niskaru Lord, emerging from, if I read correctly, the mountain itself. That's the first stage of the spell. Let's not find out what happens after that. It worked before when Aegon fought Farlong. Let's hope that it works for you. Yes, it lies south along the Hollowlands. I will be there with reinforcements. Make yourself ready. This will be a trial like none you've known. To the mountain then, and our final task. Look, Beeson has carved his own way into the mountain, and that will be our route as well. Let's go. Yes, the crown will emerge at Cloudcrest's summit. That's where Beeson will be.
Forsworn.
We'll hold them back. You go on. Do what you came to do.
done, you fool? You thought this war was over because you won a battle? Mortals cannot triumph against such malice. We've fought this war for more than 10 years. We could fight 100 more, and for nothing. I could have ended it. I could have promised 1,000 years of peace and protection under my rule. With Kamazandu at my side, and an Iskaru host at my command, who could threaten us? No one. I am sick of the doctrines of Rathir. Power must be hidden, guide from an unseen source. Cowards. Great power must reveal itself and stretch its wings. Follow me? I would have freed it, of course, and Farlong was sure the web of spells would... I could feel its fire coursing in my veins. We were nearly one voice, one mind. What difference who follows whom? But you have severed the bond. It would have given me power, the power to save us all. And you took that from me. For that, you will pay. Now die!
It seems I won't be stretching my limbs so soon. It is a shame that the mage proved so feeble an instrument of my will. Would that I had a better, stronger one. That is true. What a shame. I was nearly free after so long. But the seal is cracked, and my mind may now wander. Imagine what I could do if I had an instrument through which to act as well. Oh, a sword is an instrument, but it is valued for its deeds and not its boasts. Your friend and comrade awaits below. Kill her, then return to me. That man's blood will be your birth.
We are to meet in the Hall of the First Sworn. Are you all right? You seem... What is that in your eyes? The flames of chaos! Betrayer!
begins. Blood flows in my name. Now take the helm from the mage's head. Go on. He cannot harm you now. You have earned the first of my gifts. Take Beeson's mask from him. Wear it with pride. Now, travel to your kind's secret cave. Snuff out the life of each and every Castellan. This is my first go. Go forth. Earn your right. Their blood will be your birth.